Fallout Season 2 has wrapped up, so how does it compare to the fantastic first season? We're going to give our full reviews as well as discussing the biggest moments from the season. Welcome to the Late Night Movie Podcast. Welcome back to the Late Night Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Welchy, and joining me tonight, as always, is Mr. Pop Figures himself, Andy.
Hello, guys. Yep, happy to be back. Can't wait to talk about Fallout Season 2. And hopefully at some point we'll get an announcement for Season 3 because, I just want to see more of this.
It's not officially announced yet.
Well, it is. I think it's like just in terms of like release. I don't know if they've sort of mentioned a year for when they're going to be doing Season 3. But it's definitely been greenlit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That kind of gives away what we think about this show. And we're also joined this week by, I'm going to have to say it, the best Mario Kart player I know.
Thank you. Hi everyone, thank you for having me back. And yeah, looking forward to talking about this TV show. I've absolutely loved it.
I had to change it because there's evidence of him beating me on Mario Kart last night on stream. So
why are you acting like that's the first state of evidence? Except all the streams done last summer, they weren't evidence enough.
Yeah, I feel like a fraud if I said second best. Would clearly feel him.
I feel like a fraud.
So yeah, Stephen is not here this week. He's watching the Super Bowl tonight. He's out, so have fun, Stephen. He'll join us again next week, and he'll join the gaming podcast this week. But Jack is here. He's watched Fallout Season 2. Stephen hasn't watched it anyway, so he wasn't going to join this particular episode anyway. So the three of us are here to talk about Fallout Season 2 and what we think of it, how it compares to the first season. So a few stats and figures. It's always more difficult doing it on TV shows, but the budget. What do you reckon the budget was for Fallout Season 2?
They do like spending a lot of money on this, and there's a lot of Prime in general like spending a lot of money on their big TV shows like Ring of Power and that.
Yeah.
I want to say close to like 500 million because there's like a lot of effects in this and stuff. I don't know if that's been too crazy, but I don't know.
That's a lot bigger than
Price is Right rules, Jack. Do you want to go higher or lower than that?
Oh, wait, to be fair, film-wise, it is more than a movie, isn't it? I guess length-wise.
500. Oh, sorry, I thought you meant 500 million. I was going to say that's a lot
not the
more.
money, as in like what they're filming. But I was thinking.
Maybe I should have like 200.
See, in my head, the only things I ever see budget surrounded with is movies. So
Yes, I'm much more familiar.
I'm
going
to
say
150.
Me too.
Jack, you googled this, man. You must have googled it.
I didn't Google. I will literally. I can take a screenshot of.
No, it's okay.
Send it
153 million apparently.
I'll take.
Okay.
Making it
That's basically what I said.
Apparently one of the largest budgets for a TV show. I'll have to actually check that. Obviously, we know the Ring of Power is the biggest to date. But yeah, 150 million. And we was talking before the podcast, it's quite difficult to kind of quantify how they make that money back. Obviously, it's through Prime subscriptions. That's basically all, or maybe merchandise and stuff, but I can't imagine that's bringing that much money. Obviously, as we said, Season 3 is greenlit. So it must be making money, otherwise they would not be carrying on. So they must be happy enough with it to keep going. And we're going to our thoughts, but on Rotten Tomatoes, do you know what score it's got?
91.
Jack?
92, because he said 91.
So Season 2 on Fallout currently sitting at 96.
Wow.
On the critic side. And 96 on the audience side.
Wow, that is massive.
That is phenomenal. And just to compare it to a show that you might be talking about later if we get time, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms currently sitting at 95 critics, but only 70 audience.
Surprises me.
Really?
It sounds exactly where I think it should be. But I think
it hasn't finished yet, so
that's also true. That is also true. But no, phenomenal from Fallout, obviously incredible. I don't know what Season 1 got actually, so a quick look. Season 1, 93 audience, 93 critic, 95 audience. So they've actually slightly increased on both.
Yeah.
Which when you're scoring that high is almost impossible to do, so fair play to them. So yeah, I think that's enough stats and figures. Obviously there's all these reports coming out saying that it hasn't performed as well as Season 1 in terms of viewership, but that is mainly because the release structure. Last time it was bulk,
Yeah.
or what do you call it, like binge watching all in one day, whereas this time weekly. I think even there wasn't even like a 2 episode drop, was there, at the beginning? It was just one.
I
think
can't
so.
remember
I can
now.
have a look quickly if you want.
They
Yeah,
do like doing that double drop at the start,
I
don't
know they're
they?
doing that
But
for Invincible, at least
Yeah, it
2,
was one a week.
1 a week, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was around Christmas as well, so all of these things go against it. Like a lot of people will be like busy around Christmas, but watch it when it's a few weeks later.
And
Then
Stranger
yeah.
Things as well.
And what? Sorry.
Strange
Stranger
Things.
Things.
Oh fuck yeah, yeah, exactly. So people will prioritize different shows.
Yeah.
And then I guess if you missed a couple and all of a sudden there's 3 out, you're thinking, well, why not just wait till it's finished now and then binge it at the end? So I think overall it'll be just as successful, especially
Yeah.
because people are going to hear good things and people are going to say, oh, you should watch it, which probably gives away what we're about to say. So let's go into our thoughts. Andy, what did you think of Fallout Season 2?
Yeah. So am I keeping this spoiler free?
For now, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's pretty obvious by the way that we've been chatting about it and in the group chats before the podcast as well. I obviously loved Fallout Season 2. I thought, obviously, I loved Fallout Season 1. I just loved like the whole world, the characters, like there's more growth with the characters and stuff, finding out more about the backstory. I think there was potentially more flashbacks in this one. So sort of seeing all of that backstory with Hank, Coop, who you don't know, Welchy, he's obviously one of the main characters. Lucy, Maximus, all that. It's just so cool how they all have their own separate stories, and throughout the show, at some point, they all sort of collide together. And that's something which I really liked about sort of Game of Thrones when they done that with different characters. They had one episode on one character, second episode on different character, third episode, they all come together. Maybe not in that exact pattern, but you know what I mean. The effects of what I will say is I'm not a diehard fan of like the Fallout games, so I've sort of seen a lot of stuff after watching it, loads of different different loads of theories with like different characters and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. There's been a lot of like Easter eggs and little throwbacks to things in the game, like the ends or like one of the scenes with the. Actually, I won't say that just yet, just in case that's a spoiler. But yeah, there's certain bits that I know are like throwbacks from what I've seen and stuff, which is pretty cool. Obviously, not playing it. I haven't really played the game, so I can't really sort of. In those moments, I found it cool just from a TV show point of view, not that like not the little nods to the game. But yeah, the fighting scenes in this are really cool. Sort of obviously the goal being back involved with certain fights. Maximus when he's also growing as a character and sort of the power suits coming into play more as well. Loving all that side of things. Hopefully get more of that in season 3 with the post-credit scenes, which I hope you both saw.
Yeah.
So again, I can't wait for season 3 and see what they do more with power suits and other sort of bits that they've got going on. I loved sort of the link up with the characters. To me, it was just perfect. It was everything that season 1 done and more, and the build up of the story, finding out more. There's still so many unanswered questions. That's the good thing. Like we found out so much in season 2, and I just feel like we've left it on a cliffhanger to what's next. Like some characters got a bit of a happy ending, but still not fully satisfied. And obviously, there's a lot of unanswered questions going into season 3, which has got me so hyped and buzzed for it that I can't wait to see where it goes. Obviously, I know people sort of got their ideas from the lore and what's happened in the games and stuff. I know that this isn't direct story and stuff, but there's a lot of theories going around, and I've been reading into it a bit more now. And because of how much I've enjoyed the TV show, I've actually downloaded Fallout 4 and started playing that. Not a crazy amount, but I've dabbled in it, and it is pretty cool sort of seeing how Fallout 4 starts, because I feel like it seems like the closest one to the TV show. I'm not sure if it is or not, but just the way it starts, like you start with like the bombs going off and then you go into the vault and then you sort of come out, you're in the I can't remember what they called it, the freezing station.
Cryo chambers.
Cryo something.
Cryo chambers.
Cryo. Yeah. So you're obviously in those for like 200 years, and I think the TV show's like set after all the games, isn't it? It's like the
I
one
think
that's
so.
furthest away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it goes something like 76, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then New Vegas somewhere in there.
Yeah. But yeah, there's just so much that's happened. Like a lot of it is the stuff that I want to sort of dive into with you guys. But yeah, overall, I loved it. I thought, other than the first 2 episodes, I thought those were a bit slower. But once episode 3 and 4 got going, I thought from that point onwards, the pacing was absolutely fine. Each week I was wanting to watch the next episode. We've been talking about it so much in the chat. After finishing episode 3, was like, oh god, I can't wait for episode 4. I'll watch episode 4 and then be like, well, gee, you need to watch this straight away. And then like the end of episode 5, I'm like, oh my god, what's going on here? There's just so much happening. It's just so much fun, and I've been recommending to people at work to watch this, and it's unique in terms of like end of the world type story with all like the different species that you have. You don't know what you're going to get next. All the creatures that pop up, certain characters, new characters, which I can't wait to talk about. Thaddeus, I think that's, I don't know, Thaddeus, I don't know how you actually pronounce it,
Thaddeus?
but Thaddeus.
I think it's Thaddeus.
What,
Yeah.
The one who his arm pulled off.
Yeah. Yeah, him. Obviously the Legion, the NCR, like all of that. Yeah, it's leading to something really big, and the way that season 2 ends, I can't wait to see how season 3 starts with that ending. So yeah, I'm buzzing. I obviously loved it. Yeah, the performances, by the way, by Ella Pennell, Walton Goggins. I don't actually know the guy who plays Maximus, his real name, but he's also really good. I feel like when he's got 2 different sort of personalities, from being in the suit and out the suit, the way that he talks when he's in the suit and all of a sudden he gets out and he has like a very calm sort of voice. Yeah, I love all their performances. I think they've stepped up another level in this one.
His name is Aaron Moten.
I don't know if I saw him anything before this, but
no, but he's in nothing that we would have seen, I don't think. But I know there's people calling for him to be like introduced to like Marvel and stuff, like certain characters.
I was gonna say I can see him being in a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, something like that. I think this show will only do him good. Same for Ella Purnell, who's obviously doing well anyway.
Yeah. She's obviously had other like TV shows that she's done well in. Sweet Pea I've watched because of Fallout. She was in that and I really enjoyed that. And then obviously you got Yellow Jackets, which I haven't seen, but that's meant to be good.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm guessing I can probably guess your score if you was to give this a score.
Oh, this is 10 out of 10 for me for sure. Like, I don't really rate TV shows.
No, I find it difficult to rate TV shows.
But yeah, so like I can't fault it. Like even though I found the 2 opening episodes a bit slow, I don't mind if TV shows start slow and that's building up towards something. Then they're still great episodes for me. There's nothing I can say that I didn't like that, I didn't like this. Like, yeah, I loved all of it pretty much. So 10 out of 10.
Jack, what did you think of Fallout Season 2?
I loved it.
But
I think it was just too much of a bit of a cock tease of a season.
Okay, well, that's good. So then that gets you back to season 3.
But
it's
like it doesn't stand on its own then.
So much happened in season 1. And I love season 1, and like when you think about when it started, you had the Ghoul wasn't like originally with them, and then he first finds Maximus. They have that like little fight, and then they all convene together. There was just a lot happening in season 1, and then when it got announced that they were going to Vegas, I was hyped because some of the reason I liked Fallout at the beginning was it's one of them games where the lore really interests me. Like, same as like Gears of War, things like that. It's like I really am interested into why the world is the way it is, and stuff like that. So when I found out it was going to Vegas, I was really excited about it because all the Mr. House and everything. But it just sort of felt like they were there to be there, and then something will happen next season with them, which is fine because next season will be really good. And you saw at the end. Oh no, wait, no, we're not doing spoilers yet.
Yeah, not right. We'll do it in a minute.
But there was something that happened at the end that confers that there might be something in Vegas, and only one character has left Vegas so far. So there could still be something that can happen there. But so yeah, I was a little bit let down with that. You sort of just they were just edging you a little bit throughout the season. Like something's gonna happen, something's gonna happen, and something probably will happen, but it's just gonna wait. Yeah, I think some of the lore things they've done, I am interested to see how they play out. We'll talk about it in the spoiler bit, like one specific thing that I'm interested in. But yeah, like a whole like Hank scheme and how that's going to play out into future season, even games, because I'm going to guess they're going to incorporate this into games.
They have said they're going to start taking stuff from the show and put into future games, which they say that games could take so much longer to make. This could be years away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. And knowing Bethesda as well.
Exactly.
Like, how long have they promised a new not Elden Ring, sorry,
Elder Scrolls 6 is still to come, isn't it?
Yeah. yeah, exactly.
But that does show how well the TV show's doing, though. If they're thinking, oh shit, the TV show's doing crazily well, let's try and put some of this into the game, make it canon or whatever.
They must. I think they must be getting someone else to help them with this game, because they need to capitalize on the moment.
Yeah. I think Todd Howard, because I remember when the first series came out, I started watching like all the interviews and that they done for it, and I think he said like he specifically wanted, if a show was going to be made, that he wants stuff in the show that relates to games and can be used in future games, because he wants it to all be one thing. Because like I get that, because sometimes when there's a standalone movie and it doesn't relate anything to the games, nobody feels any connection to it, do they? But yeah, other than the thing of it just being a little bit of a filler season, it's not a downside. I think it was probably because they probably only promised 2 seasons.
No,
probably when it first got like when it got greenlit, did they say like, okay, you can have 2 seasons, we'll see how you do, and then did they get a third?
I don't know, maybe because they probably what you're trying to say is that they had a plan for 2, then had to long it out. They had a plan for 2,
yeah, and yeah, because I reckon halfway through 1, they probably got told, oh, you can have a season 3, and then I was like, well, okay, well, we can't do what we was going to do in season 2 now, otherwise we won't have anything.
I could see it going longer than 3 seasons, though. That's the thing.
I can see it being like 5, 6. Yeah.
Well, it depends. Like, what's
the end goal?
Definitive end. Yeah, there's a definitive end goal for Cooper. His story can wrap up, but it's like, how do you wrap the other people's up? Because what is their end goal? But yeah. So, but other than that, I think the whole season was great. All the characters were exactly the same as they were in season 1, which is a good thing. I didn't mean that in a horrible way. Like, everyone acted perfectly. The scripts were perfect. I think the sets got way better from season 1. I think sometimes in season 1, the main one I can think about is, do you remember the gulper scene where it's like in the water and there's some submerged buildings?
Definitely remember that.
I felt like you could sort of tell that was a set and it didn't look like it was naturally filmed. This is where everything in this looks perfect.
That extra 3 million budget they had, because apparently last season was a similar price. But
was it? Oh, apparently. But the filming is great. I love all the flashback stuffs. The music, I think the music is one of my favorite things about this show. Not just the songs they use, but like the timing of when they cut it in. It is unbelievable. And only of it slightly feeling like a filler season to me, it was still an excellent season of television and still one of my favorite shows.
So this is definitely not a 10 from you. What is it, like an 8 or a 9?
See, I probably would have said season 1 wasn't like a 9.5, so maybe this is a 9.
Okay, so still amazing rating. It's just
still one of my favorite shows.
Yeah. I am probably in the middle of you both. I wouldn't say it was very much. I wouldn't go down the filler route for me. I thought there was enough here for it to stand on its own. I completely get the argument, but I'm also not quite as high as Andy. Andy clearly is like 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm all in on this.
Yeah, and I'm all in. I'm ready. I want more, and I couldn't wait for each episode. Blah blah blah. I think it's fantastic. I mean, the acting is phenomenal. It's particularly Ella Purnell, her dad, who is also in How I Met Your Mother. He plays such a very different character in How I Met Your Mother. Maximus is good. Walton Goggins, man. I just think he's so good in this. I love him.
Yeah,
my favorite character.
As soon as he gets into like a Western role, he's just amazing.
He nails it. It's fantastic, and it's got to be, and I think it will end up being probably the best game adaptation we've ever had. I can't think of anything right now off the top of my head that comes that close.
Oh no, there's nothing that's beat it.
No,
there's nothing currently that's beat it.
I know people like the Sonic movies, fine, but I think this eclipses that.
Yeah,
and we've had a few decent Pokemon stuff, but I wouldn't count the Pokemon TV show because I kind of feel like they go hand in hand. You know what I mean? They're the same. I wouldn't call that an adaptation as such. But anyway, as a proper adaptation, I think this stands above everything else. I hope God of War can meet this. If God of War gets anywhere close to this, we're in for a fucking ride.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it will, because I think Fallout have nailed it. And I think I've said it before, I don't know where I've said it, but the benefit they have is that they're not following a script from the game. They are making their own script around the world. And I just think that is the perfect recipe. Like, I think they already have an amazing world from the games. They can take some bits of lore. They can take the New Vegas stuff, like Mr. House and stuff, and make it interesting for a TV show setting. I just think it's so well done. It's the games themselves are a great idea. This post-apocalyptic, the vaults and everything, is such a good idea, and it fits the TV show perfectly. I would say I'm not keen on one of the storylines, and I think it will end up being good, but Lucy's brother Norm, that kind of side, whenever it went to that bit, I was like less interested. I think it will end up being good. I think he'll eventually catch up to them, meet them, or whatever. But whenever it got there, I was like, oh, can we please get back to the ghoul, or can we please get back to Maximus at least? It was just definitely the part I felt much less interested in. Followed closely by the bit in the vault with, you said her name was Steph before the podcast.
Yeah.
But at least that side was interested in terms of like the whole experimentation stuff. What are they actually doing? What is Steph's overall plan? What is this phase 2? These are slight spoilers now, but like, not too big. But again, when we were there, I found that was fine. I wasn't like desperate to get back to the other stuff. But where I really wanted to be was with Lucy and Maximus and the Ghoul. They're the 3 stars of the show. But I get that you have to have that bit, and I think those 2 stories will eventually be really good and lead up to this overall amazing ending. So I'm not. That's a very small niggle. I'm not saying it's bad because of that. I'm just saying there were times where I was like, "Can we get back to the good stuff?" The other stuff is probably spoilery. But yeah, I was happy. I think I agree with Andy. First 2 episodes, I was a bit like, "Let's get on with it," and then it just really hit the ground in episode 3 and just didn't stop. Every episode seemed to have a massive cliffhanger. They seem to get bigger and bigger cliffhangers. I also agree with Jack. There's a lot of not filler stuff, but it's a lot of stuff left unanswered.
Yeah, which... I feel harsh saying filler now because it wasn't filler and I loved it as a season. Yes. It's just but
there are things where you're thinking it was going to happen in this season. It's like, oh, okay, we've got to wait another season to find this out. Yeah, which is fine. It's always good to have stuff that you know is going to come soon.
Yeah.
But all being said, I think it's phenomenal. It's definitely one of the best TV shows out right now. Behind stuff for me like Invincible, that would always be my number 1 right now. But it's not far behind. Amazon are on a fucking roll. Like they are. Yeah. They cannot miss right now. I know I only just started The Boys, but they've got The Boys finale this year, Invincible season 4, Fallout hopefully this time next year.
Gen V last year as well.
Gen V, like they just don't miss right now. And God of War at some point, it's like, don't cancel that subscription because they are bringing the stuff. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. An amazing on our scale. To make it a 10, just make the other bits more interesting. And I would say I am actually slightly emotionally involved in this. Like, there are moments where I was like, oh, I don't want that person to have going through what they're going through. And I'm very emotionally invested in the Cooper's story, Walton Goggins' story. That is like,
you didn't even know his name.
I know his name.
I'm so invested.
No, you
don't even know his name.
But his whole storyline, I'm like, this is the exact kind of shit I want to see in Fallout. Love it, absolutely love it. But let's move on to spoiler stuff. So anyone watching who hasn't finished season 2, we're going to be talking spoilers for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to go on to what else we've been watching after that. So skip ahead about 10 minutes, and then we'll be talking about other shows, and you won't be spoiled. Final warning, we're going into spoilers now. So, who wanted to start with the spoilers? Was it Andy? You seem to have a lot of things you wanted to talk about.
Oh, there's so many. I don't know where to begin. Maybe like the thing that I liked the most in terms of how it ended, and hoping that season 3 starts with like a big fight, maybe, was obviously seeing the Legion marching on Vegas, and then also having the new California Republic saving, well, not really saving, but like the whole scene with Maximus when he's fighting the Death Claws and he gets that suit, and it's like whole epic action scene. I was like, this is what Fallout's all about.
Yeah.
And then he gets out the suit and you think, fucking hell, he's gonna take on one of these Death Claws. And you think the normal people like potentially are gonna like rally together to be like to save him, and then the woman's like, I'm not getting involved in that. I'm like, yeah, and I'm thinking, is the guy still gonna go out there? Because he like picks up his shotgun and like, is he gonna go help him? And then we'll see as he's like, as the Death Claw is getting closer to him, he then gets shot and he looks up at, I'm always going to keep pronouncing his name wrong, but Thaddeus, whatever his name is, he's obviously on the roof. Thaddeus with his like sniper in between his feet, because obviously he's lost spoiler, he's lost his arm. And then he just like shakes his head like, well, it wasn't me, like points to someone, which I've heard is a nod to a part in the game. Obviously, I don't know if Jack can confirm, but yeah.
I can't remember if it's in the game. I think is it just a nod to? Oh no, it might be one of the trailers actually. One of the trailers.
Oh yeah.
When I was reading up on it, there was people saying it's not exactly identical, but there's like a scene where there's a sniper and he shoots, and you see the bullet like going in slow mo and stuff.
I feel like it's got to be a trailer, because Fallout's quite devoid of cutscenes.
Yeah, but also a lot of this. Well, there was a few moments in this show and last season where they do slow mo shots, and that's just the GAT system, whatever it's called. I think it's GATS. Like you can slow down time, and you can you can aim at the different body parts, and you shoot them slowly.
Oh yeah.
So that happens in the game. So some of that was nodding to that. I thought I recognized the suit that the guy was wearing. I know the NCR
it's just
had
like the NC.
Yeah, it's the NCR's version of the cover suit. Yeah.
When I read up on it, I saw like it had a clip of the TV scene and a clip from the game. I don't know if it was a cutscene or a trailer, but it showed them side by side, and you could tell like it was very similar. So I thought, for anyone that's played the game,
that'd be an epic moment.
Obviously, you might you read the comments and there's always people disagreeing with certain things. You're always going to get that.
Yeah.
People are like, no, it's not to that, it's a nod to this, it's not to that, and it's like there's a whole like argument in the comment sections on all these things. But yeah, either way, I thought that was a cool scene. And then like you obviously have them all marching around afterwards. So yeah, for me that was an epic moment in the TV show, and hopefully get to see more of Kevin from Home Alone, as he's obviously taken on the leader role of the Legion. So and there's actually a pop figure thing coming out, so I'm super hyped. I saw that before and I was like, we've only seen him in like one scene, like, and obviously he gets the bigger role, hopefully going into season 3, so I'm excited for that as well. But yeah, there's a lot more spoilers. I'll let you guys obviously talk about some bits.
So Jack, you said there was a particular bit you was interested in.
It's just a couple things. So like the whole cold fusion thing, I like it, but it is getting a bit now where like somebody already had it at the end of season 1. Then the brother
was in the head, wasn't it? And she carried the head around.
It was in the head.
Yeah.
And then Moldava had it, didn't she? And was she going to use it? To like power a city?
She wanted to use it. Yes.
And then the Brotherhood got it. I'm annoyed we didn't get to see the Brotherhood really do anything properly with it, or anyone do anything properly with it yet. The Brotherhood I was a little bit annoyed about, because they started this, like the Civil War started happening because Maximus killed. I can't remember that guy's name.
I can't remember. He's in
Quintus.
He's in Eternals.
Quintus might be the old.
He's in the Avengers, the Marvel film
Eternals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the Civil War started because of that, and then I was hoping you'd just get a little bit more of that because after
we just left it. Yeah,
it just left, and then you didn't get another Brotherhood scene until the post credit bit. Yeah. So yeah. So like that was like some of where my like teasing and edging comments came from, but
fair.
And then like so like with like the ending you were talking about earlier where it was the Legion coming in and then the NCR already being there, so that like obviously hails back to like the games where you had the different legions you could choose, so you could choose to like side with the Legion, side with the NCR, side with Mr. House. And it's like did you see at the end when they were marching in on Mr. House's screen, instead of saying no signal, it said like signal lost, but then he flashed on.
And then he flashed up.
And then he came back. Yeah. So I think there's going to be something around that. So like, will Maximus and Lucy will they choose to help Mr. House to stop the Legion, but then they'll also get rid of the NCR, and it's like, or then the Brotherhood just come in to Vegas or something like that. So I'm excited about what they're going to do with season 3, but I wish something happened between them 3 factions in this season as well. Just because it was so teased with introducing them and being like, Mr. House is still about. I thought there would be something to do with it, but still looking forward to that in season 3.
But
yeah,
you had the whole like Legion fight though, didn't you? Like you had the whole like Legion fight, like them battling themselves to see who's going to be leader and stuff.
Yeah,
and then I just like I feel like it's such a good way to build up another season. Like you can say the same things about like Stranger Things, like the whole like season 1 to 4 basically build up for season 5, and whether you like season 5 or not, it's like it's still you might say there's more stuff involved in that, but I'm just so hyped now to see what happens between those different factions, and there's no need to rush that and bring that into season 2 if they're planning to do season 3, 4, and 5. I think why not tease that more and get people hyped for the next season?
Yeah, fair.
I wouldn't compare to Stranger Things because those seasons they all stand alone very clearly. Do you know what I mean? Like they've all got their own.
Yeah, they're all very different.
They've all got their own.
But I feel like there's enough stuff happening in Fallout season 1 and season 2 to say they're obviously different.
Yeah,
but also still building up to whatever the end goal is for all these stories coming together.
Yeah, and there was like wasn't an ending, but almost like an ending to part of Lucy's story, with her dad. Obviously, it hasn't ended.
I don't know.
No, it hasn't ended, but it felt like she had a moment with her dad, and like.
Yeah, but I feel like
it's going to continue
with Lucy. Yeah, with Lucy, I feel like she's still like conflicting in herself in terms of what she wants to do, because like she sees one side of things with like obviously Hank and controlling people, and then obviously seeing like the Legion like marching towards them at the end. It's like, fuck, have I made the right choice here? Like she doesn't like the fighting, although it's pretty grown on her with some of the scenes that we had. I feel like there's so much going on there, and I don't think there's going to be a moment in one of the next seasons where she's like fully committed to what side she's on, and I can't wait to see that moment. But I still don't think that there's obviously a lot of theories around Hank and whether he was actually brainwashed or not, on whether he was just faking that whole like moment as well. Which I thought potentially when I was watching, I was thinking something doesn't seem right here. So it'd be interesting to see if like Hank is still at control with certain things.
Yeah, obviously, I said for me the Ghoul is the best storyline for me. I thought his backstory this season was amazing. Like I liked it last season, but this time I was like properly like invested, and I like the Mr. House stuff. I like the whole kind of he's conflicted about his wife's job and stuff and all that stuff. I thought it was really good, and obviously where he's going now, he's going to Colorado,
yeah.
Hopefully that finally gets fucking resolved. He actually finally finds his family. I have a feeling it's not going to be good news though.
No, not at all. Because I can't say because you're playing. There's something that happens in Fallout 4, which I think that
you can say
they might.
Because I've read up so much stuff, so like I know that, I can't remember what they called it, but there's meant to be like the government people in Colorado, and that's obviously where Cooper's going. So is he going to get mixed up in all that stuff?
The government's the Enclave, isn't it?
Enclave,
yeah.
And in Fallout 4, you get frozen.
Is that the one where the wife gets taken? Yeah.
No, she has a baby, and the baby gets taken.
Baby. Oh yeah, the wife.
And then you think you find your son, and then an old man walks out, and he's like, "That's a robot that looks like me when I was a kid. I'm your son," and he's older than you in like looks.
Okay.
So people think like, okay, so they've been frozen, but Cooper doesn't know when they were thawed out, if they're still frozen. So he could get there. Bob could be dead.
Yeah.
And then his kid could be like 80, and she could be like the president of the Enclave.
Yeah. Fucking hell, yeah, I didn't think of that.
He's like, I gotta kill my kid. Like,
is that when like phase 2 comes into it as well though? Because where is that whole like? It like shows you, doesn't it? Like them working somewhere and phase 2 getting initiated.
Yeah.
Like where is that? Is that in Colorado? Is that somewhere else? Do we know where that is? Yeah.
I think yeah. When they showed that, like the snowy base is supposed to be in
is
it the Rocky Mountains in Colorado?
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, that was an interesting plot twist as well, to be fair, with Hank and Steph being married and then both of them working for the Enclave. That was actually a really good twist. I did like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, having the Enclave as like the big baddies overlooking, and it was cool because you got the bit in season 1 where she says like we should drop the bombs ourselves, and then there's the shadow in the window, and you think, oh, who's that? And then now it's actually confirmed the Enclave has been good.
Yeah, I mean, the only kind of things I wanted to mention were like some of the epic kind of cliffhangers. Obviously, when Lucy punches the ghoul out the window.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say one of the main ones.
And then he's really close to turning. I didn't realize how close he is to turning full ghoul, or what they call it. Feral,
feral ghoul. Yeah.
Like he is close. Like it wasn't that long he was without the medicine, whatever it's called, and he was like chomping at the bit. That was cool. And obviously you got that side of things where he went with the abominations. Is that what it's
Super
called?
Mutant.
Super Mutant.
The Super Mutant guy. Yeah.
So they're gonna have to come back into
it. Is it Ron Perlman?
Oh, was that Ron Perlman?
Oh shit! Really? Yeah. I did not know he was in this.
That would make sense because he's got the deepest fucking voice.
and he voiced some characters in the original too.
Yeah, like he does first two top in Fallout 3. He does the voice for the trailer where it says "War never changes." That's him as well.
Oh yeah.
I think he might be in the first two as well.
He might be, but he's definitely the one who does "War never changes."
But yeah, that was him, all painted green and stuff. Yeah,
that's cool.
That is cool.
There's going to be a war.
Yes, so excited to see where that goes. Trying to think what the other cliffhanger was that I really liked.
You had the Deathclaw one, didn't you? Which I thought was cool. I know Deathclaws are in the game, but
we've not even spoke about the Deathclaw. They looked fucking good.
Yeah, they did. Really when that whole scene with like the Elvises as well. Apparently, that's a nod to the game. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've not played it, but that was a cool scene.
Oh, with the kings.
The kings.
Yeah, I mean, any other points we want to do? Because I do want to go on to what we've been watching, but any other spoiler things we want to talk about?
The whole obviously part with the president and obviously the goal making the wrong decision and trusting the wrong people, and then obviously seeing the senators. I think she was senator. Her head like being like. I was like, when she opened the door, I was thinking, what the hell is Lucy going to see here? And you just see her head. I'm like, oh, that's the senator. So that part was funny. Half of it like goes over my head. I'm like, what the fuck is her head doing there, and how is she still alive? And like, what is that meant? Like, what is that telling us about the story? But yeah, from what I was reading, apparently she was only like the personality of like the brainwashed people and not actually like controlling it. So,
yeah, that's that. Yeah, because I don't think Hank said that. He said she was the perfect person. Like she was very good to the bone for the law. Blah blah blah. He said we could do with a lot more people like her. It's like, so you've made everyone her.
The fact you just see her head, it's like, it's just funny.
Again, there's lots of funny moments in this show. I think that kind of goes under the radar. That this is good. It's got the action. It's got the good stories, but it's also funny. A lot of it is, I find Lucy funny because obviously she's so innocent, and she there's the bit near the beginning. It might be in episode 2 where she asked that woman for some like a tip, but she had to buy something off her. And it's called flea soup or something.
Oh yeah,
and it literally is like flea soup, and she's like, "Well, thanks."
Is that the same one where she's like, her son's got her money or whatever?
Yeah, that's it.
And it's like, oh, your son's dead. Like, Cooper's like, "Oh, your son's dead," and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And he's like, "Well, you find his body?
That money's mine.
He owes me money. He has money." And he's like, she doesn't care that he's dead. She just wants her money back. So it's like moments like that, add that comedy bit to it.
He is really good. Obviously, Maximus's story I think needs a bit more this next season. I think he was probably in it out of the three. He was in it the least this time. Like you say, Jack, they built up the brotherhood bit and kind of just left it.
Yeah.
And he was there. He was walking. He was with that Thaddeus. I
think they had enough moments.
Thaddeus is going to have his kind of whatever fuck is happening to him. He's going to have to get his thing resolved. I don't. Is he a ghoul? Because
no,
is it something different?
There's loads of different theories on what people think he's got. People think he got injected with FEV, which normally makes like super mutants, but it also made things like it made the death claws and like all the creatures and stuff like that.
But
I've seen some messed up stuff that it looks like.
Yeah. There's like one thing called a centaur that people think he could.
Yeah, that's what I saw, and that looks
it's fucked
weird,
up.
Man. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested to see what happens with him. He's going to be wearing a lot of prosthetics probably by the next time we see him.
Yeah.
But
well, we should have with the post-credit scene as well. Obviously, watching the new suit coming into play. I don't know if that's in the game, but yeah,
that's a giant robot.
Oh, it's a robot.
It's a huge robot, like as big as it's in Fallout 4. If you do the Brotherhood of Steel quest, you rebuild it from, and it's just like a huge mega walking robot that throws nukes like an American football.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit, we're in for a fucking ride. Season 3.
Yeah.
I do wish I knew more about the games, like see that post credit and go, "Oh shit, here we go." I was still excited.
Yeah.
But knowing all the
watch a guy. There's a guy on YouTube called Oxhorn. He's my favorite. I've watched for it, and if you watch a lot of that, it definitely hypes you up a lot more for it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take a very quick break. Obviously, you can tell that we all very much enjoyed Fallout. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back for about 20 or 15 minutes and talk about what we've been watching. Welcome back to the Late Night Movie Podcast. We've just reviewed Fallout Season 2, and now we're going to quickly talk about what else we've been watching this week. This is more for Andy and Jack, because they have been watching a little show called... Let me just get it up again, because I forgot already.
No way have you forgotten.
It's the easiest thing to remember.
A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, a Game of Thrones spin-off. I have no intel on this one, because I am not a Game of Thrones person. But there's been 4 episodes, you said, in the chat? Or 3?
Yeah.
4. They released one early this week because of Super Bowl, which, as of recording, is happening tonight. As of release, this has been out a few days now since Super Bowl. So you've got to wait longer now for the next one. Is it? I'm guessing it's 8 episodes in a season, so you're halfway through?
7.
I think so. Oh, there's 7.
7, yeah, so just over half.
Okay, cool. So halfway through, just over. What are the thoughts so far? Let's start with Jack this time.
Yeah, I've been loving it. I love the Game of Thrones universe, and similar sort of thing of when House of the Dragon first came about. It just really gets me back into it, and the whole world of Westeros and everything. I think probably one of the things that can probably put people off Game of Thrones and House of Dragon is how serious the show can be at times, and like the bits in between, like the cool action scenes and just all the nice sequences that happen. It can be quite a serious show with a lot of talking, as where this just sort of dials it back.
Serious or boring? What's the right word there?
Well, you know what I mean. Like when there's a king and his hand and they're just talking politics and stuff like that, some people just zone out on that. I enjoy it, but like
the reason I hate Game of Thrones and I watched 6 seasons of it is because nothing would happen, and in episode 9 everything would happen, and then you'd wait again for next season for the same shit to happen.
I feel like it might be a better show to like binge watch Game of Thrones, because I do agree. When I was watching, because I did watch it live, most of it, I would feel like we'd watch episode 1, not a lot would happen, especially because they've got all the different characters, and they're telling so many different stories in sort of one go. So like, for example, Jon Snow might be my favorite character at one point. Watch an episode and he's not even in it. I'm thinking, oh fuck's sake. And then Daenerys, like, I really liked her at one point, and I'm like watching an episode and she doesn't even show up. I'm like, fucking, all my favorite characters aren't even showing up. But then there'd be like 2 episodes per season where they're just so good. It's like they're on a different level to a lot of the stuff that happens. So I do agree with you. Like, if you watch it live, a couple of episodes there'll be like story building, not really a lot happening, but then like one episode everything will happen, and it's like, okay, this is what Game of Thrones is about.
Episode 9, and then what episode 10 would do was set you up for the next season. It's like, oh, okay,
yeah.
Anyway, sorry, carry on, Jack.
That's right. But yeah, so like going off that, so like where you can say like episodes can feel a bit long and drawn out, and because you're mainly focusing on royalty in Game of Thrones and House of Dragon, like some of the scenes can be quite wordy and played out, and I understand that. But like compared to this, where you're straight away you're going to a hedge knight who is somebody who's way lower down on the pecking chain in the world of Westeros, so it's just such a more cooler viewpoint of that era, because we've had 2 shows now of kings and queens, so to get a hedge knight perspective is really fun, and to see that world from a commoner's point of view, and yeah, I love it. I think earlier you said about the viewer score was like 70%, was it?
70.
And I see some people praising the comedy and that's been added into the show, and I do like it. There are some bits though, like when you read the graphic novella, like right at the beginning of the show, he has the most explosive diarrhea you've ever seen in your world, and it is played for a laugh, and it is good. But it's like, I can understand why some people complain about that, because even though the books are light-hearted and like a little bit more toned down, I guess, compared to the regular novels, it's they're still quite serious stories, and like they have added in a little bit. Like there was a fart joke in the last episode, which is completely added in and wasn't in like the novels and stuff. So I can understand that, but other than that, I think it's been a great show. I'm loving the dynamics between the characters, having more of the Targaryen royal family as well, and getting a different viewpoint on them. And yeah, Dunk and Egg, especially Dunk, I just love him as a character. He's such a wholesome show to watch, and you do have a smile and get a good feeling from watching it.
So, humor me for a minute. Where does this fit in terms of timeline of Game of Thrones? Is it
this is
before the events of Game of Thrones?
So you know the Maester who's at the wall with Jon? I think it's Maester Aemond.
I probably would have.
The really old guy.
Yeah.
Really old guy, and he's a Targaryen, but he got sent to the wall to be their Maester at Castle Black. He is brothers with Egg.
Oh, and he's younger.
So it's only about like 50 odd years away from the beginning of the actual show.
And House of Dragon is way before that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's in between House of Dragon and Game of Thrones, but different story anyway. Not a follow up. Okay. Okay. Andy, what do you think? Well, you haven't finished it obviously, but so far, what do you think of this show?
Yeah, pretty much agree with Jack. I thought the scenes that they added, like, so the way it starts with the part that Jack mentioned, where he's literally just shitting by a tree, I thought straight away they're telling you this is not like House of the Dragon, this is not like Game of Thrones. It's about a night, and it's going to be funny at points. Don't take it so seriously. I think they just wanted to change the dynamic pretty quickly, that it's not the same as the other 2 shows. It's not so much fantasy, it's more to do with a knight and his story, and it's going to be more like sort of hand-on-hand combat type sort of show. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. When Jack said, I watched episode 3 later than when it was released, just because obviously cinema and watching movies and stuff, and I watched episode 3 and Jack put episode 4's out, and I'm like, what? I thought I was going to have to wait like another 3-4 days to watch it, and all of a sudden, because the Super Bowl, got to watch that early, so I watched episode 3 and I watched episode 4 pretty much the next day, and I was like buzzing. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it so far. The story between Mr. Duncan and Egg, I'm really liking their story and how that's going. The annoying thing, and this is not to do with the TV show, but obviously where it is a prequel to Game of Thrones, And because there's so much lore, and I follow a lot of people on TikTok, I find myself like watching loads of stuff. So obviously you know where the story's going. Like from what I've seen, I basically know what happens. I see clips and people obviously using AI these days to sort of make clips of the next episode and stuff, and it's like all like where it could be, and it's like fucking hell, that looks so realistic, and it's not even out yet. So I sort of know what happened. Obviously, you know what's going to happen to all these characters. They're all going to die at some point because of Game of Thrones being set so far ahead. But yeah, so that sort of spoils it a little bit for me, knowing sort of where the ending is going to go. And obviously, because I've read like 3/3 of the book, maybe 2/3 of the book. But yeah, Dunk, his character, I don't know the name of the actor. He's really cool. Really cool. His performances have been really good. I think he's played the Hedge Knight role really well in terms of obviously not being too serious. He's very much wanting to be a knight. I think there's like theories on whether he's actually a knight or not, and you can sort of see that in the TV show with some of the scenes. And like there's a scene where he's basically asked to knight someone else to fight in this battle, and he like hesitates to do it, and you're thinking, is he hesitating to do that because he hasn't actually been knighted? So you can only knight someone if you are a knight. And there's like other bits throughout the TV show where you're sort of questioning whether he actually has been knighted and stuff. But he has like all the morals of the knight in terms of wanting to protect the innocent and stuff, and that shows in the episodes that we've seen so far. There's also, I don't know if it was episode 3, but literally episode 3 just starts with his, I can't remember his name, but his master who trained him. He's just naked and he's got like a massive cock, and it's like the way that episode starts, like looking and thinking, fucking hell, see, it's all fake, but it just adds that comedy side to it again, which they're obviously trying to implement that throughout the show. So yeah, I'm liking that. But yeah, 4 episodes, they're all short and sweet as well. I thought when they said 30 minutes episodes, I thought I was going to struggle with that, because obviously House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones are towards like the hour mark. But especially the last episode, so much happens within that 30 minutes. You're watching it thinking, I was not bored for 1 minute, and it was like the right length. So if you're someone that doesn't like House of the Dragon, or you struggle to watch House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, do not let that put you off, because it's a lot more compact. It's more straight to the point. It's more a story of Dunk and Egg and their sort of bonding and stuff, and where they go. Obviously, I don't want to say too much, but yeah, it is really good so far, and I can't wait to see the next 3 episodes, see what direction they go down.
So you say this is a book, as in you're not talking about the Game of Thrones book. This is a separate book.
No, this separate book, yeah.
And you've read that one.
Separate book, same world.
I haven't finished it, but I've got it, yeah.
And you've read it, Jack?
I've read the graphic novels before.
Around this particular story.
Yeah, around Dunk and Egg, yeah.
And is this the same author as the main Game of Thrones books, or is this like fan fiction? What is this?
No, same author.
Same guy.
Yeah.
So he's made all this shit, but he still hasn't finished his main book.
Oh, these are like novellas. These were just like little stories he wrote in between to like just world build.
Okay. But it still hasn't finished his main series of books.
A lot of people hate that he hasn't finished the main stories, and whether he will or not.
If I'm him, I'm not doing it.
Quite old.
Because people hated the show. He's like, you're gonna hate my book, so I'm not gonna fucking finish it.
No, people hated the show once he was like had no writing material for it.
Yeah,
they had to write the last series. But going off one thing you were saying, Andy, like where you said so much happens in each episode, it just clicked in my head. One thing that's good about this show compared to, I can't think of a specific show, but there is definitely loads out there, is everything's going day to day to day. It's not like you've had the first day at the tourney and then there's a time jump. It's literally you're going like morning night. So you get one.
It's like 7 days. Story. This will be like a week in the life of
Yeah, pretty much. It's going to be like a week at the tournament, which I really like, because at no point do you ever feel like you've got lost in the story or something's happened and you haven't picked up on it. And I agree with
Stranger Things, mate. Stranger Things had a massive time jump.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that was one of the things I said. Every time you go back and it's like, we've covered up the rifts, we got kids sliding down it on. It's the whole thing. But Yeah, I love the way all the episodes flow, and like you said, when I saw it was a 30-minute episodes. Like I think has there been 2 30-minute ones now? I think.
Yeah, most of them are around
I
that
think so.
time, aren't
Oh,
they?
yeah. Oh, yeah. They're all under an hour. But yeah, like you see a 30-minute episode and you think like, what's even going to happen in that? Maybe just
Yeah,
we've got too used to long episodes. But yeah, loads of stuff happens and it doesn't feel like they've just tried to cram stuff in. It's just it just flows really well and you get from one event to the next. And nothing feels rushed. And yeah, I'm loving this show. I always get giddy when a new
yeah.
Game of Thrones
The
show
way
comes out. I love it.
the way episode 4 ends as well, it's like got me hyped for the next episode. So again, they've got like the cliffhangers
Yeah.
to get you hyped for the next episode. But I can't wait to see what happens.
Cool. I did not know this. I thought this was just like random shit they'd made just to carry on the Game of Thrones stuff. Is House of Dragon a book?
Yeah.
I'm guessing so. Yeah,
Okay,
I haven't read that one.
Fair enough. I assume
like-
they were just trying to milk the cow, but obviously there's actually
No, there's
genuine
so
material there.
there's so much lore. Like they mention, so Sir Duncan Tall, who is Dunk, he gets mentioned in Game of Thrones. Like there's a scene where Joffrey, you would have seen it, Lewis, when he's like he's going through like a massive book of like stories about knights, and he's winding up Jaime Lannister at the time. He's like, oh, Sir Duncan Tall's got 4 pages, and he goes to like Jaime. He's like, oh, you've not got any pages.
Yeah.
So he does get mentioned in Game of Thrones.
I will say I used to like Joffrey, as in like I hated him, so I liked him.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that part
yeah.
because I hated him with a passion. But the rest of Game of Thrones I wasn't as keen on. Cool. I mean, maybe one day I'll watch Game of Thrones again, and like Andy says, binge it, but the chances of that are quite slim. One thing I am rewatching though, and it's Tay's first time watching it, but I'm rewatching it, and it's kind of come off after, and this is strange, but after watching Ed Gein, I said to Tay, I know that Charlie Hunnam's very good in this, but he's very weird. What you would love is Sons of Anarchy.
I knew you was going to say it. That's not the only TV show you did.
Yeah.
I know of anyway.
Have you seen Sons of Anarchy, Jack?
I've not seen it, no. I know of it though.
Phenomenal show.
Good.
We're 8 episodes into season 1 now. So the first few, I could tell Tay wasn't really into it. I was like,
it does start slow.
Yeah, I said, look,
I recently rewatched season 1 not that long ago.
I said not to put you off, but I had to watch season 1 twice.
Yeah.
To get into it, and I think my brother said the same, and she was like, "Well, that doesn't feel my confidence." Like, no, but just I probably wasn't paying attention. If you just sit there, watch it, and get into it, you will like it. And tonight we watched 2, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm into it now. Like, this is good."
Yeah,
it's so good. I forgot how good it is, and it's quite gritty and disgusting. Some of the stuff that happens, and outright wrong what happens. But it's really good. We're loving it. I can't wait to keep watching it. I'm not going to go here and talk about review it and stuff because I've watched it before.
Yeah.
One thing that has upset me is that Tay has had massive spoilers. She was on TikTok the other day, and it was like one of those ones where it's like top 10 most sad deaths. And she said she didn't even have a chance because the first one was Sons of Anarchy. Like she wasn't even like she could quickly scroll past it. I was like, and it's major. I don't want to say.
Yeah,
I'd actually quite like Jack to watch it.
I know who it is.
It's 2 people.
Yeah,
but you could definitely know the one of them. Like,
yeah.
Is it the biker gang show?
Biker gang show, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I remember
Ryan Hurst, who's going to be Kratos, is in it.
Yeah.
It's the first time I think I ever saw him in anything, actually. It is really good. It's got Ron Perlman, a load of other people in it. It's really, really good. I'm already remembering things that are going to happen. I'm like, I'm back into it.
I can't remember what season it is. Maybe like season 3 or 4 with like Pope. I don't even remember Pope, but that whole storyline.
I can't remember.
And he's like, do you remember what happens with Opie?
Yes.
That's because of Pope.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's all cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the death she saw.
Oh, okay.
She didn't see what happened though. She just knows he dies.
Oh, okay.
And I said, "Oh yeah."
That one's brutal.
You think you've had it ruined, but you haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm just waiting for. I watched another episode of The Boys.
Nice.
Oh, it was really good. It was really good actually. There was a airplane event it was about to crash.
Oh, with
and then
Homelander.
Homelander was like, "Fuck these people." I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And then at the
That's
end,
when
he's
you
like
know
really
it's
sad
like,
and like pretending to cry for the telly. I was like, "This guy's a fucking maniac."
he's fucked up, man. I love it.
Yeah, I'm getting into it. Like, because what I do is I watch episodes on the train, but I'm also reading a book as well. So I'm like trying to do everything in my fucking life. But now Fallout's done, I'll be able to watch I'll probably watch 2 episodes of Boys in a week, and then one day on the train read my book. So I should start to roll through it a bit quicker now.
Catch up. Yeah, cool.
So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that. But anything else before we wrap it up?
Nope, that's all I've been watching, really.
I know, Andy, we're going to talk. Well, we would have already reviewed Send Help by the time this episode is out, so we'll talk about that one on the podcast.
The only other thing I watched was Strangers Chapter 3, which I'll just say don't watch. But if you've already watched the first two, you sort of committed, which is why I went and watched it. But yeah, not a fan.
Maybe we'll talk about that one in next week once Steven's watched it. So I'm sure it'd be good for you to debate that one. Okay, well, that is going to do it for tonight's episode of the Late Night Movie Podcast. Let us know what you thought of Fallout Season 2. Did you like it as much as we did? Or let us know your thoughts on The Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Did I get that right? I think I got it right.
Yes.
Yeah. Tag us on socials at the Late Night Pods or drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear them. You can also join our Discord and use the link in the description so you can get your thoughts in before we record our episodes. If you enjoyed the episode, please make sure to follow and subscribe wherever you are listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you don't miss the next episode. Speaking of which, next time we will, well, Andy and Stephen at least, will be reviewing Waste Man. They're going to see an early showing of it, so it'll be an early review. You will not want to miss it. Until then, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I've been your host, Welchy, and my co-hosts have been Andy.
Yeah, thank you as always, guys. Hope you enjoyed and can't wait to get more news about Fallout Season 3.
And Jack.
Thank you for having me again, everyone. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, looking forward to Season 3 and more Night of Seven Kingdoms.
Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next time.